Hello fanciers. Welcome back to the Game Dog Caribbean channel. For this episode, we have some action-packed plays in store for you, so rock back and pay close attention. The content you experience here is fictional and for entertainment purposes only, something like a Harry Potter book, or the story of the Avatar, The Last Airbender and content of that nature. Please like, comment, and share this video and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever new content is posted to this channel. This episode recounts a wild honey badger tracking contest dubbed Run Your Dogs, Not Your Mouth, hosted by the DBD Country Hunting Club. For this event, the Game Dog fraternity was taking to the hills to determine who had the best catch dogs for the season, while placing a control on the escalating honey badger population that was causing havoc in the community. The card was originally set for 5 shows, but after some mishaps there were 3 confirmed. The stage was set, the competitors were on site and the crowd seated in anticipation of an epic hunting display. The hunting season was picking up apace as club prospects were coming into their own and brewing to perfection. Show number 1. Dbd'S Cashman vs 𝘰𝘂𝘵 Starboy, 2 prospects going at 39 pounds. Referee, 𝘰𝘯𝘵. At the scale, Dbd'S Cashman 39 pounds, 2 ounces, 𝘰𝘂𝘵 Starboy 37 pounds, 4 ounces. From the release, both animals met their badger in the middle of the trail, exchanging head and shoulder holds with their badger trying to establish dominance. The weight difference was playing into the hunt very early on in Cashman's favor, while Starboy was not phased, shooting for his badger's chest and shoulders. The exchange grew even with both animals trying to control their badger from the head and face. Starboy was hitting the mat and defending on occasion as his badger was showing good strength. Cashman, on the other hand, was dealing with his badger from on top, squeezing and shaking any opportunity he got. At the 20-minute mark the hunt slowed down and Cashman began hitting the mat more often while Starboy was beginning to dominate his badger on the shoulders, head, and chest. The animals were heating up on the trail and the out-of-hold count was completed around the 36-minute mark after about 3 attempts. Cashman completed a very impressive scratch, ramming his badger in the corner, but hit the mat soon after. Starboy continued to dominate his hog in the chest and shoulders, only pausing to avoid the muzzle holds his badger was applying in defense. Starboy moved to the badger's back end in a very slick manner, strategically breaking him down. The handles were achieved and Starboy ran a very convincing scratch and continued to dominate the wild honey badger. At this point Cashman was falling back on the hunting trail, defending and beginning to protest. Another handle was made in close succession as the animals were recovering. Cashman ran another game scratch but hit the mat soon after. DBD acknowledged that they were out-hunted this round as Starboy was picking up speed on the trail. DBD threw in the towel at the 41-minute mark. Winner, 𝘰𝘂𝘵 Starboy, 1-time winner in 41 minutes. Show number 2. Dbd'S 𝘰𝘶 vs 𝘰𝘰𝘵, 2 prospects going at 39 pounds 14 ounces. Referee, 𝘰𝘰𝘗. At the scale, Dbd'S 𝘰𝘶 38 pounds, 14 ounces, 𝘰𝘰𝘵 38 pounds, 14 ounces. From the release, Rain met his badger 3/4 of the way across the trail, slamming the wild game in the shoulder while 𝘰𝘶 was having a bit of a tussle with his catch trying to establish dominance. Both catch dogs were operating at a very high pace trying to subdue their prey, shooting for the shoulders, head, and chest. Rain was giving his badger a very tough time on the trail, hitting some strategic spots with much speed and vigor. The exchange was even with 𝘰𝘶 driving more often for the badger's chest and Rain was keeping the wild game out by the head and face. Rain eventually gets his badger out of the chest and shakes the wild prey to the mat for a moment. 𝘰𝘶 is displaying impressive strength, shaking his badger mid-fall to the mat and regaining his footing in short order. 𝘰𝘶 is now on the badger's bottom jaw, staying out of trouble. Rain is on the other side of the trail trying to subdue his badger from the head and muzzle. The defense 𝘰𝘶's badger is playing forces him to shoot a little lower for the legs in an effort to stay away from the badger's muzzle and face holds. Rain sees an opening and launches for the badger's back end as his badger returns the same offensive maneuver, clamping on the stifle and then tail region of the badger. Rain moves deeper into the back end, but the wild badger spins out and backs up in defense, holding onto the head and ears. The badger eventually gets 𝘠𝘠𝘠 by the mouth and 𝘠𝘠𝘠 responds with some rough shakes from side to side. Rain on the other hand is moving to the badger's head in defense. At the 18-minute mark the hunters are heating up. There were 3 out of hold count attempts with a successful 4th and Rain to scratch. Rain completes an explosive scratch, ramming his badger into the side of the trail. His catch responds with a shoulder and chest attack which he defends on the head and ear. At the 20-minute mark Rain begins to turn and a handle is achieved soon after. 𝘠𝘠𝘠 completes a very impressive scratch at 22 minutes and hits the mat soon after for a short while to recover. 𝘠𝘠𝘠 regains his footing and at this point is looking like the stronger of the 2 animals in this contest. 𝘠𝘠𝘠 moves to the back end of the badger and then to throat as Rain is on the mat recovering on the other side of the trail. Handle is achieved and Rain completes another scratch, starting slow and accelerating just before contact with the badger but hits the mat shortly after. 𝘠𝘠𝘠 on the other hand is shaking his badger viciously in the shoulder area at each opportunity. Rain appears to be running out of steam. 33 minutes in, handle is attempted but 𝘠𝘰𝘠 is distracted and missed the opportunity. At the 35-minute mark Rain is protesting as his badger is dominating the exchange. On the other side of the trail 𝘠𝘠𝘠's badger is turning away from the action but 𝘠𝘠𝘠 brings him right back in. At the 37-minute mark 𝘠𝘰𝘠 throws in the towel and promised to be back with another 39 catch dog to outhunt Dbd on the trail. Rain completes a game courtesy. Winner, Dbd'S 𝘠𝘠𝘠 one-time winner in 37 minutes. Show number 3. 𝘕𝘰𝘵𝘠𝘁 murderer vs 𝘕𝘰𝘯𝘵 blade, 2 prospects going at 46.5 pounds. Referee, 𝘰𝘰𝘠𝘵. At the scale, 𝘕𝘰𝘵𝘠𝘁 murderer 45 pounds, 9 ounces, 𝘕𝘰𝘯𝘵's blade 45 pounds, 2 ounces. From the release, it was clear Blade didn't want to take part in this event. He might have been spooked by the flashing lights and bells at the event. His badger chased him across the bush trail before he was caught and subdued. Murderer on the other hand was dominating his badger in more than one way. He was showing impressive mouth and pressured his prey to flee the scene. The handle was achieved after some back and forth through the hunting trail and Blade stood the line. Winner, 𝘕𝘰𝘵𝘠𝘁's murderer one-time winner in 3 minutes. Dbd's Run Your Dogs, Not Your Mouth convention. BIS, 𝘕𝘰𝘠𝘗's Starboy one-time winner, BIS. GIS, Dbd's 𝘠𝘠𝘠 one-time winner, GIS. Thank you for watching and continue to tune in to the Game Dog Caribbean channel. Until next time, the best place to begin is square one, and remember, good dogs are where you find them. Be sure to comment, like and share this video and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we post new content.